Part 13. We are going to continue with the area of combined figures. You will find this on page 263 in the Namibian Mathematics Grade 8 textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Now, let's look at this example. We are going to do this example on two ways. We're first going to do it on the old way, is by dividing it there, then we are sitting with a square plus a rectangle. So we work out the area of a square, we work out the area of the rectangle, and then we just add it up and we get 72 centimeters squared. But the other method, I make it a complete rectangle, a big rectangle, like this one. And that is a 12 by 7 rectangle. So I first work out the big rectangle. Then I just take this small rectangle and I subtract it. Because if I take this big area and I subtract this one, I will be left with this area. So I basically just subtract the 3 times 4 and I will get exactly the same answer. Now, just for practice, I want you to do for me number A, try to do it on both methods, as well as number D, and again, try to do it on both methods. Okay. Stop the video, and as soon as you are finished, you can continue with the video. Try now 24. Let's start with number A. Okay, now if you look at this figure, let's first divide it. We're going to do the old method first, method 1. And that's if we divide it there. Now, let's just write in all the different sides. If this is 4, then this part here, this will also be 4. And then this, look, this is 5 and this is 4. So 5 minus 4, so that part will be 1. And now remember, if this is 3, then that will be 3. So basically, I'm sitting, although it don't look like this, but I'm sitting here with a square, and I'm sitting there, I'm sitting with a rectangle. So if I want to find the area, and we can say combine figure, it's going to be the area of the square plus the area of the rectangle. So the area of a square, remember, it's side times side, and the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. So this one is just going to be 4 times 4, and this one is going to be 3 times 1. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 3 times 1 is 3, and if I add it up, I will get 19, and it's in centimeters, so centimeters squared. Now, let's call this is method 1. Okay, so let's look at method 2. Now, remember method 2, we are going to, let's just clean it, that you can see. So in method 2, we are trying to make it a big, oh, it's not going to work, it's too small. So, it's not so accurate, but I think you will be able to see. Okay, so let's see if we can move it just a little bit down. Oh, it's not going to work. Okay. I think sometimes it's better to use just a normal pen. Okay, but this is my big figure. So it's a big rectangle, and I'm just going to subtract this little part. Now, can you remember I said this was 1? Now, let's just see this one. If this is 4 and this is 3, so 4 minus 3, this will also be 1. So it's a little square of 1. So if I'm going to, that's the same. So if I work out the area again of the combined figure, I'm going to say it's going to be area of the big rectangle, and I'm going to subtract the area of that small square. Let's just move it up a little bit. So basically, I'm just going to say area of a rectangle, remember length times breadth, area of a square, side times side. So big is going to be 5 times 4. And the small is going to be 1 times 1. So this is going to be 20 minus that one. Oh, 20, remember, minus. And that's exactly going to give me 19 centimeters squared. You can either do it with method 1 or with method 2. Okay. Now, let's try to do the next one. That's number D, also on both methods. Okay. So let's call it again method 1. And we're going to start with D. Now in D, if we do this one, it's always the one where we divide the figure. So we're sitting here, if you look here, okay, now just be careful, that's 7. So this will, if we form a rectangle, will be 5. And 7 minus 5, this will be 2. Okay, and remember this is also 4. So if I do, I'm going to say this is 5 by 4. So this is a rectangle. And remember, this is a triangle. So the old method, I'm going to say the area of the combined figure. It's going to be the area of the rectangle plus the area of the triangle. So basically, if I'm going to do this one, I'm just going to say, okay, the area of the rectangle, remember the formula, length times breadth. Remember the formula, half base times height. So now I'm just basically going to substitute. So this is going to be 5 times 4 plus a half. And what is the base? Base is 2. And what is the height? 4. So this is going to be 20. And now 2 times 4, it's 8. And the half of that will just be 4. And that's going to give me 24 centimeters square. Okay. But if I want to do it on method 2, how am I going to do this? So now I'm just going to say, okay. Now if I, okay, let's just clean it first. Oh, sorry. So if I first, I'm going to make a big figure. So my big figure will be more or less, oh sorry, it's not going to be so accurate, but just that you get an idea. Okay, that's right. So it's going to be a rectangle, and the rectangle will be 7 by 4. But now we just have to find this little triangle, which we're going to subtract. So if this is 7 and this is 5, so this will still be 2. And if this is 4, then this will also be 4. So if I want to find the area of that combined figure, I'm going to say the area of the rectangle, and I'm going to subtract the area of that other triangle. Now, the area of a rectangle, remember, it's length times breadth. And the area of a triangle is half base times height. So that will be 7 times 4 minus half. Remember, this will be my base and this will be my height. So, or you can swap also. So the base will be 2 and my height will be 4. And if I'm going to just move it up a little bit, if I'm going to, this is going to be 28 minus, now 2 times 4, that will be 8, and the half of that will be 4. And if I subtract this, I also get exactly the same answer as I got there. So you can either do it on method 1 or method 2.